These ducks just crack me up. They get so excited when I change their water out. And there is Uno, the jolly white giant. Bigger than anybody else, even the ones that are his age. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I mean, I don't know for sure that he's a boy, but I'm just thinking maybe because he's growing so big so fast. But who knows? We'll find out pretty soon. What's she doing, Duck Duck? Huh? Everybody gets so excited to get in the clean water and take a bath and make it all dirty. Morning, it's Sunday. Most chores are done. I'm just out here watering these tomato plants. So we do have some springs popping up in there. Don't know what kind they are, will not touch them. But we also have a couple of little green tomatoes. I don't remember, that one might be a brandywine. I need to get out here and tie these guys up some more, because they're starting to get pretty tall. We had a couple of days of fairly cool cloudy weather, so it's possible we might set some more fruit. But it is supposed to be getting really hot again. We have a heat warning for Wednesday, so not looking forward to this week. Oh, been trying to decide what all I'm going to try and get done today. I have a list in my phone someplace. I know I need to take some hay over to Bentley, so we'll get that done here in a little bit. Notice I don't really do a lot of pruning on these tomatoes because I live in the desert. We want as much leaf cover as we can get to shade the ground and to shade the fruit and prevent sun scald. So if you live in a really humid place where you have trouble with fungal and bacterial diseases, then yeah, you do a lot of pruning to improve your airflow. But here in the desert, I kind of don't prune much of anything unless it's really in the way. So at least one chore I don't have to do. Good morning. It's Monday. We're out feeding chickens, and Digger's barking. And I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but let me try. Okay, so right in there. Let's see if I can point it. Right there in that bush is a little hawk. My camera won't zoom in any closer, but it's there, and that's what he's barking at. Good boy, Digger dog. Good boy. Good boy, Digger. Good boy. Yeah. That's a good boy, Digger dog. Yes, he's been a good boy. Alrighty, it's only 8:30, but it's already getting hot. It's already 90 degrees. But I did all the morning chores and the dishes and hung out a load of laundry. And now I got to get some stuff done outside. Do you need water, Digger dog? Oh no, the flies in your pen are awful because you keep dumping your food all over. Yeah, let's do you some water. Alright, Miss Bambi has managed to poke herself and rip the skin on her udder. I saw it last night, and I just sprayed some Alu Shield over it to help keep the flies off of it. But now she's got dirt in it, so we're going to wash it off and doctor it up. Looks like there's a little swelling around the area, so I don't know how deep that is. So Got a couple of paper towels and some warm water. And more Algae Shield. I also have iodine spray. Okay, honey, it's gonna bug ya. I know, sister. I know it. A lot of dirt right there. Right in the dirt. Okay, I don't think it's real deep. I know it is. Hang on. Hang on. Let's do a little bit more. Let's do a little bit more. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Okay, that just looks like a clump of hair that's stuck together with Algae Shield. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Dry that off. Yeah. Okay, we're just, I know I'm touching it. Just trying to get a good look at it. Yeah, I think that's some clumps of hair and maybe a little bit of skin kind of stuck together with Algae Shield. It is weeping a little bit. Real glad she's had her tetanus booster and stuff for this year, though. Okay. I do have some iodine wound spray, but I don't have a sprayer, so we're just going to put a little on our paper towel and dab it on there. Yeah. We're just going to dab you a little bit, okay? That was not very much, so let's get some more. There we go. There we go. I'll let that dry a minute, and then I'll probably put some more Algae Shield over it. Just so we aren't attracting flies, because last thing we need is fly strike. That out. We're getting really good germination in some spots out here where I threw all that cover crop seed out. I don't know that much of that is the peas of beans. Some of them are not buried deep enough, but I put so many other things in that mix. And I also at the last minute had picked up a bag of red and white clover seeds, so I threw some of that in. There's sunflowers and cosmos and dill and several wildflower mixes, things. I have no idea what they're gonna be until they get up a little bit bigger, start getting their true leaves, and then I could make some guesses. But yeah, it's looking really good, and so far it doesn't look like the birds and rodents have been in here, but I'm sure it won't take them long. The idea behind putting so many things in the mix was to find things that would survive and things that the rodents and birds didn't want to eat. So we'll see what happens. Good morning. It's Tuesday. Regular chores are all done, and I got the trash out because it's trash day. And I'm just kind of messing around in the house a lot today because it's gonna be 100 and something, and it's already at 8 o'clock. It was almost 90 already, so I'm just trying to stay cool and yet still be at least somewhat productive. So I am trying to get my kitchen mucked out, trying to get my house mucked, and get junk out of it. I did go up and look at that cover crop, and it's doing really good. Cross my fingers that the birds and rodents leave it alone long enough for it to get established. Anyway, not a whole lot else going on today right now. It's already a bazillion degrees outside, and my cooler is not very cool. And I went and looked, so one side is not getting any water on the pad, so I gotta go turn it off and open it up and see what's going on with that spider. Well, it's Tuesday afternoon, and I thought the forecast for today was like 103, and we weren't going to hit 105 or so until tomorrow. But we're sitting at 105 right now, and it's like a little after 3 o'clock. So I'm like, well, no wonder it's so stinking hot out here. I just came out to give the little girls their little grain snack. The heat doesn't seem to be bothering them a bit. Huh. Y'all just some piggies. Huh, cinnamons? Yeah, I see you. Hi, honey. Yeah. So, the heat doesn't seem to bother the little kids much at all. And the big girls just laying around in the shade chewing their cud. Maybe snoozing a little bit. Yeah, we're just waiting for it to cool off, huh, Bean? Yeah. Yeah. You're such a pretty girl, Pinto Bean. But it was like 103 at, I don't know, 10, 11 o'clock this morning, so I should have known it was going to be extra hot this afternoon. Digger Dog's just hiding out in his hole. I came out about 1 o'clock and turned the string of misters on to help keep him a little bit cooler. And I watered his hole last night, so yeah, we're just surviving. You know, you are just huge. Look at you. I bet you weigh more than 5 pounds, so I haven't tried to pick you up. These other guys probably only weigh 2, maybe 3. Yeah. You're a jolly white giant. Yes, I see you need clean water. We're getting there. It's like after 6. Just got done milking Esmeralda, just waiting for her to finish her snack so I can milk Bambi and Pinto Bean. It is still 102 out here. And the humidity's up because we do have a 15% chance of a little thunderstorm, and there are some little clouds coming over the mountains, though they don't look very exciting. But I'm just sweating like a racehorse out here, so it's gonna be hot, real hot again tomorrow, and then I think after that it's supposed to start cooling off, so fingers crossed. A cat likes to hang out by the front door, and sometimes she leaves parts of her dead things here, and it draws her flies. So my giant fly paper to the rescue. Those flies are not in my house. They are stuck on the paper. Yay. It's already 8:30 and time to go to bed, and I'm still filtering milk and making dinner. Kind of bizarre. I got 2 dead chickens in here, and I'm not sure what happened. All right, check out the cover crop. It is growing really good. It's only been, tomorrow will be a week, and we have lots of good germination. Of course, I put down tons of seeds, so we'll see how much lasts. So far, I don't see a whole lot of bird damage. So this end, I think the mulch is a little thicker. They're having a harder time pushing up through it, but that's okay. I'm just really super happy to see all that green. Thursday evening. And it was hot today, but not as hot as the last 2 days. Like yesterday it was like 110. And today I think the high was 106. But this afternoon, man, there's either been no breeze at all or the wind has been hot. Like you opened the oven door. Anyway, we're just trying to stay as cool as we can and get chores done. I am milking a little later than I normally would, just because it's been so hot. It's been way too hot to start chores as early as I would like, but it's okay. So Bambi caught herself on probably a loose piece of wire on the gate, or there's a bolt sticking out on the gate hinge, and she wants to rub on that stuff all the time. So I don't know if it was that, or they got a board on the mineral buffet. I had a board over some fence wire that to keep the little kids from jumping up in the mineral feeders. And the day this happened, I noticed that board was down and the screws are stuck in it. It was laying in the pin, so I don't know if that's how she did it. Don't know. And I don't know how, if that was what she scraped herself up on, I don't know how she did that. Did she lay down on the board with the screws sticking out? Did she just rub her butt on the board till it flipped off of the other board? I don't know. And boy, I have learned you can never tell about a goat. They are going to find ways and predicaments that you would have never foreseen and never guessed. So anyway, so not too much happening around here except trying to keep everything watered and alive and keep up. I have been doing some work in the house, just trying to get things organized and cleaned up and situated, because my house is a hot mess. Oh, anyway, we're gonna finish milking and try and get everybody as cool as we can, and we'll catch y'all later. Ooh, I'm so excited for this cover crop experiment. It looks like we might turn out pretty good. So that's a pinto bean. I'm gonna guess that that might be a lentil. But this one with the little tendrils, that's a pea. Okay. That is probably either a zinnia or a sunflower. I think a zinnia. Let's see what else is hiding down here. So more little either sunflowers or zinnias. There was some dillweed in that mix, and basil, a couple kinds of basil, some wildflower mixtures. I don't even remember what was listed on them as far as kinds. So that'll be wait and see what shows up, but this is kind of fun. Now this is not a production garden. The crop here is going to be biomass and biology. That's the whole purpose, to start getting our biology going in the soil and adding some more organic matter to it, and covering the soil to help keep it from washing away or frying in the sun. So I think we're off to a good start on those things. So I'm very pleased with this. And so far, not a whole lot of anything that looks like rabbit or bird issues. I'm sure they'll show up eventually, but so far so good. It's a scorpion in a water bucket. Whew. So it's like bedtime, but I'm still doing milk stuff, and then I gotta wash dishes. I did stop and make food and eat. My friends that I give milk to that make cheese, they have brought me some really yummy cheddar and mozzarella and ricotta, and so I've been making some quesadillas because that's pretty fast and easy. And right now I am fixing up a batch of yogurt. So I'm just putting some yogurt in the jars, and I'll pour the milk in, and then I will set them in the Instant Pot with loose lids, and I'll pour a little hot water in so that it's about halfway up the jar, and put it on yogurt and leave it for 24 hours, and that comes out pretty good. It's a little bit soft and runny, but I don't care. It's all right. So a lot of this week has just been surviving the heat, and you saw we lost a couple of chickens. I have no idea what happened to those chickens, though the evening before I did hear like a little dust up in that coop, but I was in the middle of milking and I didn't go look and see what was going on, because I'll hear a lot of little fussing and stuff in the evening as the girls are going to roost and stuff. So there was no marks on them. I didn't see any predator trails or tracks or evidence. So I have no idea. Just crazy kind of stuff that happens. And it wasn't like they were out of water or anything like that. So I don't know. Stuff happens. You'll hear it a lot. If you got livestock, you got dead stock. So that sort of thing happens. So so not a huge amount of stuff going on this week, other than I've been hiding in the house and trying to stay as cool as I can, though my swamp cooler hasn't been working real super good. And I think part of that is just that our humidity is up a little bit, so that's always a thing. That's why some people always want their air conditioning, because it works even if it's humid. So, you know, a while back I ended up with Esmeralda and her daughter Love back in the big pen with Bambi and her daughter Pinnobean. And Bambi's kind of getting a taste of her own medicine. Bambi has always been kind of a big bully. And Esmeralda has become quite assertive now that she's older. And she's been running Bambi off the hay feeder. And there's a lot of fussing and scuffling and stuff over there. And Bambi's milk production is down. I think part of it is that change in herd order, and part of it is probably the fact that we've gotten so hot. And when it's really hot, nobody, I don't care who you are, what you are, nobody wants to eat in the amounts that they normally do. So, and it's not like anybody's off their feet or anything like that. They just aren't really chowing down like they do when it's cooler. So I think that's probably part of reduction in production. So this is 4 pints, and she's slightly under 5 pints tonight. So she gave me about 5 pints this morning. So that's okay. That's still over a gallon a day from one girl. And then the funny thing is that when we first made that change, Esmeralda had gone way down. But I think that's because she was running around chasing everybody and trying to bite their tails and was always huffing and puffing and stuff. And now she's settled down slightly. And now she is back up to about 10 pints a day. Let me kind of look. Yeah, between 8 and 10. It's varying a little bit, especially as hot as it's been this week. It's been down a little bit more than it was. So, yeah. But Miss Pinnlebean, she's been pretty steady. There's her jar. She's been pretty steady between, let me see that mark. Okay. Between 2.5 and 3 pints. Right kind of in the middle there. And so that's not wonderful for a first freshener, but it's not the worst goat I ever had. So we'll take what we get. Well, I'm gonna get this milk put away and wash the dishes and go to bed, because I got farmer's market in the morning. So y'all have a nice weekend and a wonderful week, and we'll see y'all next time.